This is a video about shoulder rotation in frontside layback carves and how that shoulder rotation differs from the rotation that's used in regular frontside carves. You can see it in these two clips from Dane Reynolds, and you can even see it in this old clip from Tom Curran. Although Tom's board is facing this way and he's going through that turn, his shoulders are turned against the rotation of the carve. And that's different from what like John's doing here, where the shoulders are leading the board through the carve. Here's Pat Gadauskas doing it, and again you see the shoulders are rotated against the turn out to sea, and then it's relatively easy for him to suck that board back under him into a neutral position and ride out of the turn. The idea of a neutral position is important. Dane's in one here. He's not really on a rail. His weight is centered over the board. Then he starts to go on a little turn, passes through the neutral position where he's centered over the board, and goes into the big gouge. At the end of the turn, he sucks that board back under, and he's again in a neutral position that he can ride out of. So the way his shoulders are functioning is letting him deliver all that power with his legs, but still be able to draw the board back under him. Regular surfers often don't do such a good job of using their shoulders and their weight. They'll just turn, and fall. Watch this guy do it at Black's Beach. Turn, fall. I do these kinds of turns all the time. Even Dane does them sometimes. Here he is trying to be Curran at 1991 backdoor, but his shoulders are parallel to the path of travel. His body's not opened, and there's no way he can draw this board back under him, even if he's got the strongest stomach muscles in the world, which he doesn't. John is a guy who does a really good job of opening up and closing these turns, bringing them back to a neutral position. And you can see it again and again in the footage of him. There he is in the neutral position, having drawn the board through the turn and back to a place where he can ride out of the turn. In the context of the layback snap, the shoulders are not opening, they're closing, but the effect is still to keep the weight in a place where when the board gets to the end of the turn, the weight is centered nicely over the board, both the hips and the shoulders, and the rider's in kind of a neutral position that they can ride out of. And this was interesting for me to realize, because my tendency was always to just flop over on my back with my shoulders rotated toward the beach, and there's no way to get out of that turn. But you can get out of it if you use the right shoulder rotation, at least most of the time.